And in today's video, we're going to be covering a very venerable trick, a simple color change, which is called the drop color change. I'm not sure. I believe that's the official title. I'm not 100%. It's been lost through the times. It's a wonderful color change as well as a gag revelation. There's so many ways you can use this as an out, for comedic value, as a regular color change, different things. So let's jump into the performance of it. We always start out by having the cards shuffled very fairly, whether it be by you or the spectator. We want to create fairness all throughout. So we have the cards shuffled. We then will start by having the cards cut, and I will place a prediction to the side for later. Oh, leave it right there so you can see it, hopefully. Yeah, it comes out of there. And we'll come back to that in a bit. Okay? And so we have a card selected, let's say by Hindu shuffle style. They tell me as I go by when to stop, whenever they feel like it, and let's say they say there. Okay? And I'm going to look away. I show the card to the whole audience in TV land. Okay? And then we'll place the card, sit back, say by jog shuffle. Okay? Again, I show the card selection to everyone, TV land, as I then jog shuffle, or shuffle the cards. I'm being too specific, into the pack, like so. Now, I did say that the prediction would help us with the card, or maybe be the card, who knows? But first I want you to actually, and you can be honest, name your selection out loud, and they do so. Now check this out. I give it a wave and a flick, and believe it or not, it becomes your selection. I know, hard to believe. I give it another wave and a flick, and it changes from your selection to the Jack of Diamonds. Thank you so much. And always be that person out there who's saying, but that's not my card. And I'll go, I never said it was. So you get that little laugh out of that. And then if you really do want to get the card, I can show it right here. You can get this Jack of Diamonds, just give it a little toss, and you can get it to change into your selection, the Three of Spades. And that is a performance of the gag revelation and the drop change. I'm not sure the official name, I'm calling it that. I can't take credit for it, but it's just a cool move that's been, credited to different people throughout the ages. And I would love to see who the real credit is. Comment if you know it in the comment section below. So now let's jump into the explanation of this little effect. This is section 5. Previous sections we've covered how to have a card selected, whichever form you like, controlling it, how to shuffle cards in whichever manner you need to. And I forget the other section. There's a lot of videos on, I want to give people variety on how to do it. And now we're on the revelation side, how to reveal a card. And so, going up to this point, we're going to go into it. So now on to the explanation of the drop color change. Let's jump into it. So we have the selection that is second from the top, and we can control it there very easily in a myriad of ways. The most simply being is after a card is selected, we can, in multiple ways, depending on the context. Let's say we do swing cut, which I've covered previously, Evolving Magic swing cut. You can YouTube that. We can just do a swing cut, and after we get a break, we can use our pinky to pull down on the bottom card right here. Get a pinky break so you can just feel it. It just takes a little bit of feeling, and eventually you can get it. I'll put in better light right here, right there. So you can just feel with the pinky and get that break underneath that bottom card. Insert it. You could also, if that's difficult for you in any way, shape, or form, as it was for me in the beginning, you can actually use your thumb to lift. Your dominant hand is holding the pack with the thumb on top, and the other thumb can just right here from the back end, the recessive hand's thumb, can just lift up. Let me see if I can turn it. There we go. You can just lift up on the bottom pack, dropping one card, and then putting a break right there. Okay? Anyways, you could swing cut, have the card replaced, you show it again, adding that card, and then as soon as you add this, the card that you had a break under, you add it to the selection. Okay, in this case it is the 5 of hearts. So I'll do face up for demonstration. We add it right here, so now it's added there. So it's selection, then there, then break, maintain pink break. Then we can do any control we want, from double undercut to just a basic triple cut, whatever you feel like, and we control the card to second from the top. That is if you do a swing cut. In another sense, you can, let me see, going back to the same position, you can actually do a dribble. Well, you can also use this, in another video I talked about it, using the ring finger as a marlet thing, where you, as the card just comes together square, you can push off one card, get a break underneath it, getting one break up, one card, a break above one card above the selection, and then cutting, and then you got it there. Jog shuffle, just whatever fits your fancy, as I would say. So we got the card second from, let me get contrast. Okay, there we go. So we got the card, we control the card to second from the top. And the drop color change would be this. So our top card is it their card. And as we turn it over, we can push off 2 cards. So we get a break above one as we turn the top one over. It's a very, very smooth, casual thing. So again, let me see if I can lower the camera a little bit so we can, right there, that's better. Okay, so as we push off 2 cards, we take the top one, turn it over, and we get a break below the selection. Right there. Okay. And the actual change is this, the mechanics are this. We take the double, so we first show that card, then we can also transfer the break from the pinky to the thumb and the middle finger, other fingers coalescing. Okay. And then we can show the bottom card if you want. Is it on top? Is it on bottom? Creating a casualness that it's really is lost somewhere in the center. We then take the card, the double, with the middle finger, first finger, second finger, and thumb. Okay, and we toss the card toward the deck. Okay, and you'll find the right way to toss it so that it doesn't separate. Okay, as we toss it, we can nail it right there, and it color changes as it drops. Hence why I call it the drop color change. But I know this isn't my change. I know it's someone else, and I really do want to give credit to whoever invented this fine move, but it's just such a cool sleight. It's a color change, a basic one we can use when starting out, and I think for those purposes it's just good to cover it, because you know you want to learn a couple different sleights so you can piece together a good card trick and have something nice. So we have the cards, first finger, second finger, and thumb. Again, we go down and drop it, and we do it with practice that we can nail it. Sometimes it won't be perfect. You see a little flash there, we work on it, maybe it's a tilt and we get it perfectly. Do we toss it? Do we throw motion into it? We find what works for us to get that right one. So when we do it, you can see I prefer to do it standing, boom, and you can quickly micro adjust doing that, or in certain cases you don't have to go too fast on it. Boom, there you go, nailed it perfectly. Push off the top card, turn the deck over, and then you can show the selection, which is really nice. But again, that's just personal preference. I can still do it sitting. No worries there. And it's just a cool little change. Take it, you can give it a little flick as it goes off the thumb, drop it, and boom. That's just a cool little change. It's not really knacky as with some Dan and Dave stuff. It's just a knack. Is it really? I don't know. But the point is, this is just takes a little practice, and you get the real hang of it hitting, and then you get to show a card color change. And it's great to use as an out in case you got the wrong card, you want to change to the right card. You have a prediction here, and you need to change to the right one. A bunch of other things, like, and you, as well as in addition, and I can throw ideas in here. You could also check on my channel the twirl change, the what was it, Mexican top change in case that the card is not what they had wanted, and you can be able to give a flick and have it change to their card. There's just a bunch of ideas, and I just think outs are so helpful rather than saying, oh, I messed up, the trick's over, and all that time invested is lost. Even if it's not the greatest effect in the worst case scenario, I've done this for years where I've used outs for years in case I mess up a trick. And people really appreciate you going to extra effort to still try to save a trick, even if it's not perfect. And it blurs out in their memory. They never remember it. Or in the case that the trick was really impressive, like for the twirl change, which I've covered in another video, they talk about that as the entire thing. Like, of all the tricks, the twirl change was their favorite. And I'm kind of mind blown by it all. But outside of that, sometimes exception, the worst case, it blends over, they don't remember it, you're good. That's in my case. There's no negative memories to remember. It was just a happy one, and the worst case was just blurred out, whatever, and I'll cover it up by all the other great effects you did. That's a win in my book. That's just me personally. But with that said, I hope you find a use for this change. Even if you do move on to other ones, it's a good start into what you want to do for your stuff, and I hope you do find it helpful. Wishing you a wonderful day, and see you in the next video.